let's move it on to the Garoppolo trade, and I want to talk about that next. He's officially been given permission to request or seek out trades, and there are a few options. Yeah, I mean, there are a bunch of teams. Some Giants fans are saying we want Garoppolo, and I do not stand with them personally.
It's just kind of like you're going from Daniel Jones, like if you see on the to
it's
Jimmy
it's a tiny
Garoppolo.
upgrade.
It's like Jimmy Garoppolo, but also
I think it's like
you're gaining one win.
I think it's a lateral move. It's not a
and Jimmy
vertical.
Garoppolo's and this is a big thing is that Jimmy Garoppolo's injuries, that trade value is like it's really like a 4th round pick. Like it's really not high.
The first thing I think of is like especially with the Deshaun Watson situation there, and maybe the Browns try to get him, but I just don't know if like they don't need a game manager. So I immediately throw that out. I think the Dolphins are another potential option because what are you going to get out of Tua? You don't know, and you made the big move for Tyreek Hill, and I think that
back with Mike McDaniel.
I do think the Dolphins have a good enough roster to try for a wild card spot. They were 9-8 last season. It's just the quarterback that's really been the problem. They had some great play calling that really helped elevate Tua last season and helped them win games. You know, the immaculate run they went on at the end. I think that they just need the right quarterback. I'm like, how much does Jimmy G like elevate any team? That's the thing. How much is a team? You're going to give up a 4th rounder? I think for him, a 3rd or 4th rounder. Yeah, that's I think the value of Jimmy G right now. If Baker's a 5th rounder, I'd rather Baker than Jimmy G. I would say
honestly because Jimmy G's.
So I think if that's at the market, then I think it makes it tougher on Garoppolo. I think his time and obviously we know San Francisco. It doesn't seem like he'll be any use there unless an injury happens to Trey Lance.
I mean, you mentioned Baker over Jimmy G. There's no way I'm taking Baker over Jimmy G.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, no shot.
A full season of Baker versus
like you put Baker in San Francisco, like he is like
that would be so glorious, wouldn't it? He fits there.
Like I understand
he does fit
serious accuracy problems.
Yes.
We've seen that.
Yes.
Odell leaves Cleveland.
Baker's got crazy talent, but he's been in the league for a while now and hasn't proven to be an elite quarterback.
Maybe I'm just like I've seen Baker. I've seen him a completion away from being the Chiefs in the playoffs.
I mean.
Like, I've seen him carry teams. Like, he has had performances Jimmy G just hasn't had.
And
I guess just the consistency of Garoppolo, where it's like, you're going to get a touchdown a pick, you're going to get 200-plus yards, he's going to manage the game, and you're going to win.
I mean, Jimmy G's also had a better team around him, and that's why, he's been to the Super Bowl before, been to the NFC Championship
I feel like
the
gamble makes Baker more valuable. You're rolling the dice on Baker. Let's see what we get at. Is he going to... I mean, back when he was a rookie, everyone was saying he was going to be the next face of the league, or he was going to be him and Mahomes were going to be those quarterbacks for a while. They were going to be, the Brady and Manning. That's what people were saying, and then he obviously doesn't come through last season. He has serious accuracy problems.
Too many interceptions.
Yeah, his interceptions are bad ones. They're really bad ones, but at the same time, I think he's reached a level Garoppolo has never reached. And I know Garoppolo has the playoff success, but he's a game manager. And I just don't think he can ever, reach that point where he is, really leading a team and really the one that's making these great plays, rolling out of the pocket, throws on the run, throwing it down the field. I just don't see that out of Garoppolo.
I don't really see that out of Baker either. So
I could see that.
I think there is an alternate universe. We go into the Doctor Strange multiverse where Baker Mayfield is the best quarterback in the NFL.
I think that's what people thought maybe at one point when he came out of his rookie year.
Earth 371. But like that universe where Baker Mayfield is like has won a like he completes that pass versus the Chiefs.
He is the definition of the most average quarterback in the National Football League.
All right, let's take a look at stats.
I mean,
2020 he throws for 26 touchdowns.
That's definitely 89.4 rating. So
but here's the thing about the stats too is the Browns are such you have that crazy backfield and it's like they're a run heavy team and it's hard to look at stats with Baker, even though he kind of has weapons because compared to Garoppolo, the Niners run a lot too.
2020, they're 11-5, 62% completion percentage. He throws for 3,500 yards, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. This season, 17 touchdowns, 13 picks, still above a 60% completion percentage.
Okay, but what was his rating?
83, QBR 35.
Yeah.
I understand.
Okay. So you regressed from 2020. So 2020 was his one
you want to
pretty
look
good
at
season.
Let's do the Garoppolo stat thing where we try to.
I know Jimmy Garoppolo's rating is much higher than Baker Mayfield.
I know, but he's never going to give you that. Like he had 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. He's done 27 and 13.
Yeah, but his rating is higher because he's a smarter player.
He is.
Yeah,
and I think I
And he has better play calling.
I'm not as hard on Jimmy G as you are. I think he can make plays like that. I don't think he's shown us. I mean, I don't think he's shown us enough of that, but I think he could, and especially if you put him on the Dolphins with a Tyreek Hill, and they also just added Terran Armstead, like you talked about the offensive line. If you really bolster that O-line, and you get him a weapon like Tyreek Hill, I think anything can happen. And even with the Falcons, they're building the offense.
But here, with the question with that was, would you rather have Jimmy G or Baker Mayfield with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle? So,
I would have Jimmy G easily, in my opinion. But I think
like with playmakers on his team, I mean, we've seen what he's done with playmakers.
Mm-hmm. But I also think that the injury thing, I agree with the risk. There's a kind of a risk factor. You're taking a risk with Jimmy G injury wise. You're taking a risk with Baker Mayfield injury wise. If I have Jimmy G every game of the season, it's easily Jimmy G. But do I take a full regular season of Baker Mayfield and 12 I mean, maybe not, but hopefully, probably 12, 13 games. Hopefully, we have him in the playoffs with Jimmy G. That's up in the air. I can't even pick between those two.
Garoppolo has played over 15 games 2 seasons. I know in New England he served as a backup for a lot of them. Sure. But, I mean, he's played 6 in 2017 with San Francisco, then 3, then 16, then 6. Than 15. So
like if you have a 6-game season,
like that's why I think he goes to a team like Miami where he can play a backup or potential starter to a guy like Tua. Tua's also a little injury prone. I think they complement. They're both injury prone. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
that could either work out really well or
I feel like
terribly.
Having 2 quarterbacks that are not injury prone is better than having 2 quarterbacks that are injury prone.
Yeah, I would agree with
so
that.
I don't know what I'm talking about actually. But like I guess the point is that like if one's hurt, the other can come in and
we can see how the puzzle pieces.
The point is you take Jimmy G over Baker any day.
Yeah.